Welcome to this video. Today I wanted to invite you into the studio to share with you a couple of the sketchbook pages that I have been painting and drawing in recently. I've been having way too much fun working in black and white with mixed media. And in this video, I wanted to carve out some time for creative play to develop some of these black and white works into colour. I also wanted to share with you an artist who has been unexpectedly inspiring me. Their work looks nothing like my own, but there has been so much inspiration there when it comes to process, colour, and pattern too. I also wanted to share that process with you of gathering inspiration and filtering it through, allowing it to percolate into my own sketchbook pages in a way which feels like my own. So I've been working in this Mahusive sketchbook. It is a Hannenmüller A3 sketchbook, Mahusive as my auntie would say. And these are the pages that I've been working on. I've been painting mostly with charcoal powder, also using an art graph block that was kindly given to me by one of my patrons. So thank you so much, Julia. It's unleashed a new materials obsession. And these are some of the sketches that I have been creating, having so much fun, just really simplifying everything back into obviously value and shape and texture as well. And it's been amazing how much and how little there has been to think about, simplifying it back to black and white, simplifying shapes down, but also having so much room to experiment with all the textures that are going on. So they've been such a joy to make these pages, and I think I'm a little bit hooked. I'm thinking an entire sketchbook just dedicated to black and white mixed media sketches would be just so much fun. This one has the charcoal powder, some soft pastel with white, some acrylic ink as well. Just really simplifying everything back down into playful shapes, really loose textures, big blocks and forms. So today I wanted to take one of these sketches and pull it back into colour. I've been mixing and having so much fun playing around with colours. So I wanted to bring these back into my colour world and see what happens and see if I can use these colours without losing the simplicity. So that is the challenge for my sketchbook play today. If you are a lover of bold colour, of textiles, of patterns, I really think you're going to love this artist's work. The artist who's been inspiring me is called Norman Gilbert. He was born in 1926 and lived until 2019. He was a Scottish artist based in Glasgow, and I was lucky enough to get to see his work in person at his 2022 solo show at the Tramway Gallery in Glasgow. Even luckier was the fact that the exhibition showcased his black and white preliminary paintings, as well, of course, as the final pieces in colour. And it's always just such a treat to get to see an insight into the artist's process and the development stages, all of the hard work that goes into creating the final paintings. In my mind, these black and white studies are final works in of themselves. Seeing this exhibition was the first time I remember having such a deep appreciation for the simplicity and strength of monochrome paintings. I think it goes without saying, I think Norman Gilbert is a colour genius. The way he's able to capture the emotion of a moment, the feeling of a place or a period in time, and it just hits me instantly when I look at his work. So the place where I am really finding this inspiration in Norman Gilbert's work, it is partially in this process, starting out in black and white and then taking things into colour. When you are working from black and white or just thinking about values, you can suddenly be completely free to use any unrealistic color that you like. You can do whatever you want. And I think this is such a freeing process and a freeing way to use color. It really, you can see how vibrant, how beautiful, and how also unexpected, but at the same time harmonious his use of color is. It brings me so much joy to look at his color use. And that is definitely part of the process which I want to take inspiration from and try on for size. Something else which I really want to continue to pull in and feel that I naturally already do this in my own way is to think about repeating patterns or textures. In Norman Gilbert's work, it's very much actual textile designs and textile patterns where the use of pattern is coming through in his paintings. And in my case, I think it's more experimenting with repeating brush marks to represent, say, a brick wall, like the texture of a repeating brick pattern, and experimenting with texture in that way, kind of connecting pattern and texture together. So, those are the three things: process from black and white into colour, really experimenting with colour, and continuing to think about how I can be more playful when it comes to pattern or repeating marks in my work. I have laid out these colours on my paint palette. I'm very much just going to try and be playful with colour and see through vibrancy where we can go. There are two things I am trying to hold on to from this black and white sketch as I head into beautiful colour. And the two things are, number one, simplicity. I love how I have simplified this down into what matters to me. I've ignored a lot of information that actually exists in the place which has inspired this page. And I want to hold on to that space and energy that is in this original sketch that comes with simplification. I also really want to hold on to the speed at which I made this. I worked really quite quickly on this black and white sketch, and I think that sense of speed brings the energy to it, at least in part. So that is going to be really important for me to keep on thinking about as I head into colour. I'm going to be practicing a lot more of these two things next month because I'm running a new sketchbook challenge over on my Patreon page. My Patreon is called the Outdoor Sketchbook Collective, and over there I make resources designed to help you make more time and space for creative play. We are a very friendly, very relaxed art club where I share lots of my process through tutorials and online workshops and a whole host of other good things. Next month, we're going to be running the Sketchbook Challenge live. It is called the Simple and Speedy Sketchbook Challenge. And like the name says, like it does on the tin, we're going to be focusing on quick sketchbook prompts and creating a little bit more in our sketchbooks next month. Focusing on working at speed to stay nice and loose and focusing on simplifying our inspiration so we don't get caught up in overworking and getting bogged down in things. So it's going to be just what I need right now, to be honest. And if it is what you are also feeling like you need, something lighthearted, a gentle sketchbook challenge, then you're very welcome to come and join us. I've left a little link down below to the sketchbook challenge, to my Patreon page, so you can find out a little bit more information over there.
Hey mama, could you get up soon? I get so cold in the other room. Here I am, honey, half awake. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. Morning star, clear and true. Your honesty could pierce my heart right through. Plans are paper, I'm afraid. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. Hey Pepper, give us a shake in the newborn grass. You're sure to find a snake. Don't let the serpent change your pace. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. There's a dream weaver that won't let me alone, and it turns my heart into.
Before I wrap up this video, I have an extra sketch that I want to show you. The first one, of course, was our black and white, the inspiration that I was using as a reference sketch. Before heading it into the piece that you saw developing, the process in this video, inspired by the pattern and the bold use of colour and the process of Norman Gilbert's work, I did find, and I always find this when I'm looking to artists for inspiration, there are some things that I don't want to bring into my work. And the quality from Norman Gilbert's work, which I love but just don't want to personally explore, was the clean lines and the graphic nature of his shapes. I personally prefer something much looser and gestural in my own work. And I did find myself tightening up at points and going for some cleaner shapes than I was intending. And I think it was some subconscious inspiration from his work that I wasn't intending to take forward. So to try and resolve that, I ended up doing the sketch again in colour, this time shortening the time from 30 minutes to 10, so giving myself much less time to work with, and taking away my reference sketch, so I was working entirely from memory. This was my memory sketch. And whilst it's a 10-minute sketch, so it's not a resolved painting, but the energy in this was much closer to what I was looking for. So that was a really fun development to try after my longer pose, my longer painting. The very, very last thing I've got to tell you about in this video, which I'm so excited for, is I am launching my 2026 calendar. This is the first time I've ever created a calendar. I've been working on it away in the background for over a month now. All the months have been hand lettered, and the paintings that are in this calendar all come from my solo show, my current exhibition. So if you haven't been able to make it along to the exhibition and you'd love to see the work up close and see all the textures and things, then this might be a really nice way to get that experience. The calendars are available to pre-order currently, and then they will be available as normal on my website shop from November. So if you'd like to grab one of those, it's available on my website shop at orlastevens.com. You'll find all the links down below as usual. The last thing I wanted to mention was actually a request, and that was to let me know who is inspiring you right now. It's always so lovely to be able to share and champion other people's work. And I would love to learn more about who's inspiring you, what about their work is inspiring you, why. I just think it's so interesting, and there are so many people to learn more about. Thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me. Thank you to my wonderful Patreon community who make this video and this channel possible. As always, thank you again, and I will see you outside.